All right, welcome all to the Popping Bubbles podcast. This is a special edition that we're doing where we do small discussions with the national competition winners of Enactus worldwide, who will be representing their countries at the Enactus World Cup in Utrecht this year. Today, I have with me Karan and Dhruv, and of course, my wonderful co host Lisa.
Yes.
And you guys are from Enactus, India, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that Enactus India has a lot of different like smaller Enactuses.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
also
lot.
Yeah.
noticed that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That's mainly because of different regions around there, different colleges, universities existing from different courses as well. So yeah, each college has a different Enactus here.
So which one are you guys from? Like what your university that you are linked to? What is
Uh,
their main focus there?
we are linked to Delhi University. We are based in Delhi only. So yeah, so we are one of the associated colleges. So each DO has about 70 colleges. So each college has its own Enactus, and we are one of them. So yeah, we our college mainly focuses on commerce-based courses like bachelor's in commerce, economics, and all those fields.
And what is your guys' background specifically? Are you guys
Uh,
still busy with studying? Are you finishing off or?
we are both in final year, so yeah, we'll be finishing off this year.
And what are you guys studying?
I'm studying economics, and Karan here is studying commerce.
Cool. I
And
mean,
yeah, go on.
oh, sorry, Lisa, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just in general curious. How did you decide to join Enactus? Because I know our experiences in the Netherlands, and I know how we attract students. But I'm really interested how your journey started.
So basically, what I'll tell you, like in college, we have multiple clubs and societies, but mainly Enactus stands out like it's one of those societies with a lot of workload. But when it comes to party, you party. So these 2 points are what we attract with them with. We attract them with like, we are going to give you a lot of exposure. We're going to take you out. We're going to, give you a national exposure of representing a country, of representing your projects. And then we tell them that that's not only it, we actually have a lot of parties all there. So that's how
First,
Yeah, who doesn't like to
personally,
party?
everybody does.
like personally for me, the main motive was like I was a scared fresher in my college year. I was like, yeah, I don't know what to do in my college life after coming out of high school. Then I was like, I came across many societies and I found an actors as the best. And I truly believe it because it has transformed my life into a new man and a new personality. Because that is what an actor is to
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
Really? How so? Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Like personally, like I'm currently the president of the society, and I believe now I'm more vocal and more confident than any other before. Like if I see compare myself to me as 1 year back and now, there's a huge difference from an introvert to a now an extrovert who can speak anywhere.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I share that, right? I think it's generally, I think the other people that I talk to, I don't know how long you guys have been involved at your respective Enactus, but like 2 years, you were quite senior for an Enactus person, I feel
Yes.
like. But I mean, that is actually not much time at all. But people learn so much in those few
Yeah.
years, right? Come
Yeah.
out a completely different person. Yeah.
Wow. I think Stefan is right. It's like a universal experience of kind of this transformation, personal and professional, when you join an Actus. I think we all can agree on that. That's for sure.
So maybe you can tell us something a little bit about your project that you're running there at your Enactus. I looked it up a little bit before the call, but I'd love to hear from you guys what you have been working on all year that actually got you to the World Cup in the Netherlands in the end.
Sure, Stephen. So basically, currently we have two ongoing projects, Project Amanat and Nivaran. I'll start with Amanat. basically, Amanat is on the waste management crisis that is currently present in India, and I believe it is all over the world. Mainly plastic waste, dry waste, wet waste, all the segregation process. I believe that is the main concern of major part of the world. So a project Amanat is based on collecting those plastic waste and recycling it to innovative byproducts. So for that, we have set up recycling banks and garbage cafes. Recycling bank is a concept which is set up in urban residents, where the urban residents can deposit their waste and can get environmental points in exchange for that. Those environmental points can be redeemed for incentives or reducing in the hefty maintenance fee of their housing girl. And whereas the this recycling bank is not only limited to residents, even the domestic help workers and the waste pickers and the maids, they can further can earn money through it by depositing the monthly waste which they collect from nearby houses or by the work they do. Further, the garbage cafe is on the same scheme only. It is set up in slums where people, in exchange of 1 kilogram of waste, gets a one complete meal. So that is a main source of collection, which is further used for the upcycling of that waste into innovative products like benches, chairs, and even coasters, which are very, and mainly home decors. Home decors are the main seller of our things like coasters and decoratives. So that, sorry.
No, just interesting home decors. That's interesting. That's your
Yeah.
main. Please continue.
Then like this was till the last year. Now we have currently expanded to two new segments. Like e-waste was the segment which was not explored by anywhere in India. Electronic waste is a major concern as well, which was it has hazardous elements present in it, which cannot be treated without any licensing or proper knowledge of how to do it. So we expanded to e-waste as well, where we also like diversing the plastic waste in the e-waste present and the hazardous element present in it and treating it in a controlled environment. Then further, we have also added a new segment of introducing plastic-made portable toilets, which can be set up anywhere and can be used. It's basically a urinal used for people around it. So that was a basic about Amanat. I believe, Dhruv, if you want to add something to it, you can, if I've missed something.
Yeah. So basically, what we do with e-waste is, around even if we go about laptops or all these, wiring stuff, we have a lot of precious metals being used, which are really, in the scarce in the world. So what we do is we have collaborated with, different organizations that are working in this field, and then we, separate all those components and, take out those precious materials to our side and then process the hazardous elements in a separate manner, and the basic plastic and glass is transformed in a different manner. So at the end of it you get different products like recycled metals, or you have those products like chairs and all that are made from that plastic and glass and all. And apart from that, the toilets was one of the most important requirement in India. When you look at the stats for India, it's a major issue. Like open defecation and sanitation is a huge issue here. So we had to do something about it. And at the end, we thought that we can maybe integrate plastics with it, because plastic after recycling offers a very sturdy construction material. And then we thought about like how can we maintain it to a proper extent. So then we invented about waterless urinals. So what we do is we use tar and an innovative structure, so that the all that waste that's being generated there, it automatically gets recycled, and you do not need to flush or use water, so that even water is not being used in that particular manner and it's not being wasted. And so we have another project that is Nivaran. So have you guys heard about water hyacinth before?
I didn't.
No.
So water hyacinth is basically, like a water lily, basically in layman language, I say. it generates it's grown in waters and rivers, basically open flowing water bodies. So what happens is it grows in an exponential rate. Like within 9 days, if you plant one plant there in that river body, and after 9 days, if you come to check it, the whole water body would be covered by it. So what happens is it cuts the supply of oxygen and the exchange with the environment of that particular water body. So in the end, it slows the flow of that water body, and that natural environment and ecosystem that was present in that water body for the marine life and all those species. Now it's completely depleted. It's covered with algae. It does not have oxygen. So slowly that those plants and marine life starts to deteriorate, and fishes and all start to die off. So at the end of it, it becomes a dead water body after some time. So you need regular extraction of that particular weed so as to revive, keep that water body flowing if it is being invaded by water hyacinth. So our whole project revolves around the idea of completely utilizing that weed. So we do not want to, because in India we do extract it, but we do not use it because not there's not much awareness about it. So what we did was we and utilized it in various innovative ways. Like we figure out there is an energy crisis going on, so we use water hyacinth to generate fuel. We figured out that we there was a community of women that was very skilled in making handicrafts and all of those things, but they had a lack of proper materials, training, and all. We needed to connect them to the customer base, and give them that proper environment to sell and produce. So we use what has in there as a raw material, and now it's being generated into a lot of handicrafts. So that has become a common thing in the Indian market now. So apart from that, lastly we also discovered that in a way, potassium can also act as a natural purifier for that water body. If we have it in an adequate amount, like if we keep extracting it, and there is a certain amount left in the water body with a proper barrier, we can have a clean and safe drinking water being extracted from the water body naturally. So that was a great breakthrough for us, and we, after several tries, we finally reached a point that we had an model that was working. So we have it set up in a village which now has access to clean water. And Karan will probably explain it to you better.
Hey, that was
It's
amazing.
amazing, Lisa. I think it's so cool. I saw this project on your social media.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
just
I
find it
also I
really.
also looked it up.
I
Yeah.
saw. I find it so impressive that you found like every single use that you could do with with water hyacinth. It's amazing. I have so many questions
Same.
because like yeah, like obviously really cool, right? You have these two great projects, but they seem so large and like they require so much effort and time and people. So like how many people are you working with on these projects? How many people are involved?
We have a team of around 80 members. Like we are a total team of 80 people. Apart from that, we have our entrepreneurs, our beneficiaries, and that forms the whole working force of these two projects. Like for the members, we recruit them from our college only. Like they are our fellow teammates who work on a voluntary basis. Like we are we ask for, if there's a particular task coming up, we ask them like who wants to do that, because everyone has a different skill set, they want to explore different things. So we give them this kind of an opportunity in our team structure. So that's how tasks are finished, and then we have our beneficiaries and the communities that are working, and we have a proper line set up, and these members we utilize them to keep a regular check, to substitute if anything goes wrong anywhere, and that's it. So that's how we manage our projects.
Yeah,
Wow.
because how long have these projects been going on for at this point?
Basically, Amanat
Like
has
how
been.
long? Yeah.
Amanat started 2.5 years back, and Nivaran started 2 years back. So basically, on an average, 2.5 years.
Because I
That's
find that
super
that really
young.
Yeah,
That's
that's.
so
I mean,
crazy.
I feel like with Enactus projects, people have very ambitious ideas,
Yeah.
but it's about. I don't know how much people recycle through your Enactus in a year. Like people come, people go, people come, and getting people on board and motivated and busy, right? Is
Yeah.
is a struggle. I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I was also wondering about the structure, but more of a just the start of this project, because like let's say 2.5 years ago, it does start with you already have an idea and already implementing it in some way, and then some sponsors, partners come up and they decide to help you, or does it start with you first coming up with an idea and then going with the idea to those who can help?
So basically, what we do here is like we come up with a problem, like what is currently going on. We have 4 to 5 problems. Then we locate what all other beneficiaries in our nearby areas, and then we go around and talk to those people because at the base level we can research a lot, but we won't know what actual problem is the communities are facing. They are the ones on the ground zero, and they would be able to tell us better. So we build our project step by step according to what all feedbacks and what our surveys tell us from those communities itself. And then we devise the whole business plan and the structure of how we can utilize and benefit those people that are actually facing those problems. So Nivaran started out as a basic idea of water hyacinth being a problem. Then we went to the nearby communities and nearby villages. There, people told us that they face this issue not only in the rivers but then ponds and lakes, due to which they have a certain sense of clean drinking water, or even lack of access to those water for their daily use. So after that, we thought about it. Like then we figured out that this is our community, this is our uh, territories. These people are the ones that are being affected, and these will be the ones that we will be lifting up. And then we went on to actually theorize that how can we use water hyacinth and everything about it to actually benefit those people. So firstly, we came up with the idea of utilizing it as an handicraft, because we connected with different people, organizations in India who were doing something about water hyacinth, and then we took that with basic knowledge from them, enhanced it, and then we built a whole chain of supply, transportation, and then selling it in or through online modes, and then this offline modes. And then we looked further, like how can more people be affected, and how can more people be lifted up due with what hasn't. Then we idealized, like there was already a solution going on about uh, fuel being produced, biofuel being generated from different materials. So we've wanted to test it, that if we can use water hyacinth to actually produce that biofuel. And after some tests, it came out to be successful, and we decided that yes, we can do it. And then we set up a plant nearby area of Delhi, and then we started producing that biofuel and supplying it to the nearby farmers. So in a way, we got to know, we were able to lift those farmers as well. They were able to get biofuel and bio CNG for their daily use and all those things. Even we started generating electricity using that CNG as well. So that was a big achievement. And then we identified, like there was some studies on the internet about water hyacinth being used as a purification system. So we thought about it, like how can we implement these studies? How can we put it up in the rivers nearby? Because we knew our water bodies. We knew it from the research and survey, like what were they. So we needed to, do a lot of trials, a lot of models are developed, a lot of visits were conducted to actually set up them. And then we had people from the nearby villages to come and keep a regular check on it, because sometimes with the river flow it can get destroyed, or during rains, or then it can get affected. So what we did was, after a lot of tries, we finally came to a few locations where we could set it up, and then that supply could reach the people. So that's how what Nivaran was developed. And then for Amar, yeah,
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 that's,
Stephen.
that's I mean, it's a lot of iterative thinking and testing and
Mhm.
failing and then testing
Yeah,
again and then
and
building and then
yeah, and with all of it, also including people who actually know about the problem and always asking back. And honestly, I'm so impressed that in under 3 years, the project managed to be able to also do so many different things and like work on so many different uses. It's just incredible. Wow.
yeah.
It's
So
just
so so
it's just those ambitious students coming up, they taking out these different ideas, those wild ideas being catered to, and then put it into proper things. So that's how it actually works. That's the beauty of an actor, basically.
Well, I think that when I've talked to the other teams as well, it always seemed like obviously you guys have achieved something really great. Otherwise, you wouldn't be going to the World Cup this year. But I'm sure that you've also had some struggles along the way this year. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about like what was the biggest issue that you encountered this year and what you did to fix it.
Yeah. So initially we found it difficult to like expand. Like last year, if you see our project, it was only limited to one approach. But like Dhruv explained, we have expanded it to two and three biofuel and even that model approach. So implementing those ideas in those villages were much of a challenge faced by us. But after so much brainstorming sessions and thinking all about, it was an easy task. Like now, if I look back to those days, I feel proud of myself and my team. It was worth it. Like what we had, we faced those challenges, and now we believe it. The struggle was worth it. The hard work and the nights of the brainstorming those ideas, researching about it, knowing new ideas, like if we can make biofuel out of water hyacinth, or we can set up a model which can purify that water. As a student-led organization, those were much of the difficulties faced by us to implement those ideas practically rather than thinking it only. So that was one of the major difficulty I faced.
Yeah, I mean, every time you try something new, it requires way more effort
Yeah.
and time and stuff. And I feel like for an actus students especially, your balance. It's always kind of like you're balancing on like one of those tight ropes between your studies and an actus.
Mhm.
I've heard before that like it's you need a couple people that really want to pull the cart. Do you have that as well? People that kind of drop off in motivation and people that lift people up within Enactus, or is everyone just as motivated as you guys are?
No, no, we personally have like two to three positions only for this purpose, like to coordinate the team, motivate the people around working, and have a jolly environment so that not only like people don't get exhausted while working. We also enjoy it, that yes, we are loving it because as like we greet to the communities, like I believe now with the communities we have a personal connection and everyone are willing to work with them, understand their problem and give them a perfect solution.
Hmm. That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, you
That's
see
that's
the impact,
amazing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I guess such a big team, if there is no other way it's gonna work. If not people are not motivated, there is not a person who is gonna always keep being like, "Hey, let's
Yeah.
go. We need to keep moving." But also, you grew so much in the past year. I already said how amazing it is, and I'm just curious. Maybe there are some ideas you have about your next steps. What's next?
Okay, so for Project Nivaran, we have like two to three ideas which are only in the ideation phase currently. We're not like we're researching more about it and finding possible partners for it. So we also researched that sanitary napkins can also be made out of water hyacinth. So we are exploring that idea of how to convert water hyacinth into sanitary napkins or a machine, particular machine for it, so that we can also expand our reach. Like obviously, menstruation is a very much problem in villages only. People are not aware about its consequences or health crisis which can help. So we want to further expand and give the knowledge about know how sanitary napkins is a necessary, and you can also find it eco-friendly with the help of water acid making out of it. So that is one of the idea for Project Nivaran.
Wow, cool. And so, well, I mean, obviously, all this stuff that you're doing, you're going to the World Cup now in October. Are you guys excited? And how are you guys preparing to come over here to the Netherlands?
So yeah, obviously we all are very excited for the World Cup. Personally, this is like last year also we won the Enactus Nationals, but due to some reasons, me and Dhruv couldn't go to the World Cup last year. Other people from our team went. So this year we both are going, and we are personally very excited, like for the networking with all the countries around there, collaborate on the similar mission, and have an amazing time there. That is one of my major, like mostly in networking and collaborating with international teams is the main goal which I'm focusing on.
Yeah, you'll for sure have fun. You'll enjoy it. I'm telling you that.
But you have stiff competition. I've talked to some other teams. Everyone in the world for Enactus is doing awesome stuff. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I think every conversation only gets better and better, and people don't stop to amaze us with the ideas that they come up with.
So why do you guys think you should win the World Cup? Yeah,
So,
that's a good question.
like, why should we win the World Cup? Because I believe our project stand a chance. They are good innovative ideas, it's sustainable. And second, I believe we have worked hard for it, and we are currently even working hard for it. So there's not much reason. Like at the end, Stephen, we all win. So it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I have one last question for both of you guys. What does thrive mean to you? You know that the main theme this World Cup is thrive, to thrive, or the word thrive. So maybe Karan, you can go first and tell me what thrive means to you, and then Dhruv, you can go afterwards.
Sure. So basically, thrive exactly means success for me, if I say. Seeing the success of our project and our beneficiaries gives me a good thrive and success. Both of our projects have exposed us to various communities and enabled us to experience the building block, seeing how life is through them. So that gave me thrive and success and aim in my life. Ki I want to do this. I want to help them out. I want to have a social network, and social entrepreneurship can be seen in my blood. So I believe that is thrive for me. The success of the project, the success of the people we are working with, and the success of the communities that we are connected.
Wow. Okay. Dhruv, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. So thrive for me means, to grow, to see that whole journey of people, being coming from a state of poverty and all, and being uplifted through our basic, we are just students, we are having ideas, and through Enactus, we are, able to implement them to a much greater scale, impacting real people. That itself gives a real joy. Like when we now visit them, we are able to see what a great positive effect we have had on them, what kind of happiness we give to them, like that those are just small things in their daily routine, but at the end of it, when people we see people happy due to us, that's that in itself is a feeling of satisfaction that you have at the end of the day, no matter how much hours it takes to achieve that. But once you get that, you are not going to regret any of it. So thrive for me means to grow. Like practice in itself, in India, is basically about growing on a personal scale, and then implementing different ideas, going crazy with those things, and giving all into it, and then having a result in affecting thousands of people, seeing their lives being better daily. they are having, a better earning, they are able to, fulfill their basic needs itself. So that's what gives, happiness and satisfaction in these projects.
So if I summarize that correctly, then Thrive is about yourself, but then giving it to others as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thrive is all about growth.
Okay, cool. Thank you both so much. I really love your energy. I think that's going to be really great on stage. I don't know if you guys are going to be presenting at the World Cup, but you should consider it. I really like your energy.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Lisa, do you want to send us off for this episode?
Yes, for sure. Thank you guys so much for joining again. It was a pleasure getting to know you and learning more about your projects. And that was our little special episode of Popping Bubbles podcast before Enactus World Cup in October in Utrecht. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
luck,
you for
guys.
having us.
Thank you.